is Tammy Bashore, and I just thought I would do a little update video. It's been a hot minute. I've been a little MIA on here, and just wanted to say hello, and clearly Berkeley does too. We are at the campground here that you can see. Berkeley. So I'm sitting here at the campsite. In front of me, which you might be able to see the reflection in my sunglasses, is the Missouri River. So I'm just get to stare out at the lake while I sit here and talk to you all. South Dakota has felt like a really long winter this year. We had probably more snow than ever, and it was harder on me this year than in the past, if I'm being honest. Typically it doesn't bother me as much, but I feel like this last season was somewhat hard, and I was having a hard time finding the energy to just go outside and do normal things. So I stayed inside a lot, which meant that I was kind of away from YouTube, since it necessarily relies on me to do things with my dogs outside. But we've had finally a point where all of the snow is gone. We got multiple feet of snow, which isn't typical for the area that I live in, but this year it's just our norm. But at any rate, we stayed inside more. So now we've got some nicer weather, and I was able to be outside more. We've got a campsite now for parts of April, and it just feels good to have sunshine on my face. So another thing that we've been doing over here is my oldest graduates. So my son will be graduating from high school here in May, and so we have been preparing for that. You know, invitations, decorations, food planning, all that kind of stuff. And just dealing with the fact that we will go from a 2-kid household to a 1-kid household, and it feels a little bittersweet. I am very excited for him, and the next chapter, college, was my favorite time. And so I'm so excited for him to get to experience that part of life. But bittersweet for myself, because I don't know what that looks like for us. I've always been a mom with 2 kids, and I've taken care of a boy and I take care of a girl, and it's just gonna be me and my daughter and my husband, and that is going to be different. And I'm a little anxious for what that feels like. So for anyone that has gone through that, I would love to hear more. Berkeley, no more. Lay down. So the other thing that I've been busy working on, I haven't been able to do quite as much as I'd like to have done by now, but we obviously bought this camper behind us. We sold our smaller one. We got one just a little bit bigger, and figured out kind of the things that we wanted from the first one to this one, and upgraded. And I've been doing some things on the interior, taking out some of the old furniture, putting in some new furniture that works better for us. And then now what I really need to do is paint the inside, which is going to be quite the job. I'm probably going to have the dogs go somewhere else. Typically I would have done this before we went camping, but I haven't had the opportunity to, because of how freaking cold it's been at home, and the temperature just was never warm enough for me to be able to paint the interior of the camper. And so now that I think we're finally there, I'm just gonna have to do it during one of our camping trips, which is gonna be a little bit of a pain, and take me a little bit longer probably than normal, but I'll be doing that. For anybody else that wants to paint a camper, the walls are super easy to paint, and it's scrubbable and it doesn't peel off. But I typically use PPG Gripper, which I think there's a new version of it and it's called something else. I'm gonna have to see if I can look up what that is called. And then I also use a Behr Scuff Defense paint on top of that. So those two together are awesome. I had no problems in my last camper with the temperature changes. It's super scrubbable, so no issues at all. So I highly recommend anyone that wants to paint the interior walls of their camper to do so, because it just feels so much better when it's white and bright and clean, and not the ugly yellow wall covering that these camping manufacturers feel the need to put in there. So that kind of just gives you a little bit of an update with where I'm at. I'm a mom with a graduating kid, trying to navigate what it looks like for the next steps, just trying to get through these last few months of graduation. I have been dealing with living in a climate that is beginning to not serve me as much as I wished it would or that it used to. And then camper renovations. So there hasn't been as much time for fun. I mean, all those things are kind of fun in their own right, but just not YouTube worthy video fun. I don't think it's anything you guys want to see, but I would love to know my goal moving forward. I have a little bit more time now than I've had in the past, and so I would like to be able to put out one video a week, which has always been my goal, but it can be somewhat complicated when I was working full-time before. But now I'm able to devote my time to YouTube, among other things, and so I would like to be able to put out one video a week. So if there is something you would like me to tackle and help you with or create a video about, I am happy to do so, and I would love to hear about it in the comments. Like I said before, if you have any tips for getting through a graduating high school senior change in our life, I would take any tips that you have. Super excited for him, a little apprehensive for me. And I think both can mutually exist. I can be excited for him and a little nervous for myself at the same time. It doesn't have to be one or the other. So I just want to say thank you for watching this rambling video. I felt like after being gone for a few months off of YouTube, I kind of owed you what I was doing, what I've been up to, and that I'm still here. I love making the YouTube videos. Sometimes I just feel stuck, but I have some plans for the next year, and I'm hoping that it works out the way that it is envisioned in my head. And I just want to thank you all for being here. I appreciate every single one of you that watches my videos. It does not go unnoticed. I know there's so many things that you could be watching, and I just appreciate that you land here sometimes and you listen to me ramble on and my dogs play. So stay tuned, and I will see you in the next video.